Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 30th to July 6th, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people. So, thank you so very much for doing so. Now, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And as always, the cards will tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know. All right. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay. All right, Scorpio. We are crowned here. Oh, now this is interesting. This is the lovers. All right. So we are crowned with the lovers reverse, which means that we can be falling in lust with someone or we can be lusting after something, meaning that the idea of something is going to be much more enticing than the actual reality of it. So just be mindful about this, Scorpio. This is also Gemini energy. May 21st, yeah, to June 20th is the time frame for Gemini. So there's that to be mindful of. If we have Gemini energy in our chart, if we have Gemini energy in our life, we can find it to be a bit annoying. We can find it to be a bit flighty or a bit like, doesn't commit, doesn't, can't hold things down. So just be aware of this during this time. We could be annoyed with a part of our personality where we're like, well, I need to get this done. Why is it that this part of my personality, if we have Gemini in our chart, is being flighty, right? Isn't following through. So we have to rein ourselves in as well. That's going to be really important. There's also a duality to us during this time that we're not going to really want to look at. We're going to want us to be all one way or all another way. And this is going to be a time for us here, Scorpio, where we need to say, okay, I showing myself grace. I'm being kind to myself. I'm more than just this one way of being, and we need to respect that and honor that within us. It then moves us to the Page of Pentacles reverse. So this is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We can be having a bit of difficulty with this energy. We can also be finding that these people with this energy in our lives are a bit childish, a bit, kind of, they want to spend a lot of money, all right? And we ourselves, just being totally real with you guys, we can want to spend money and we can be like, well, I deserve to. And it's like, okay, yes, that's not wrong. We do deserve to have nice things and do all this stuff, right? But it doesn't mean that we get to, right? So sometimes we're in a season of saving, we're in a season of being very prudent with ourselves, and that's not a bad thing at all. So if we're feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm not able to have the newest, the greatest, the top of the top, that's okay. That's okay. So showing ourselves compassion with that is also going to be really important during this time. If we have children or grandchildren who are earth sign energies, they might be having a bit of difficulty. So reaching out to them, connecting with them more, that's going to be really important. Even if they pull away, we're going to be like, okay, well, I'm here, and you just have to know that. It then moves us to the Magician. And I love this for us, Scorpio. This is just so great. So with the Magician, we're standing before the altar of our existence and we're claiming what we want. We're saying, this is me, this is what I desire, this is where I need to be, and this is what I'm going after. And we're doing so. It's like, I'm finding my voice again. I'm finding myself again. And that is going to be just so liberating. It's just so freeing. It's like, no, this is who I am. And that is a really great thing. We then have the King of Swords reversed. Now, the swords represent air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That plays into the Gemini energy reverse. So just knowing that we can have somebody being extra critical. I would highly, if they are not a sun sign of a Gemini, right? They definitely have Gemini in their chart or they have that duality to them. So just being aware of this during this time, and they're not using it for their greater good. Like, a Gemini can pull a whole bunch of people together, get everybody talking, all that stuff. But here, it's being hypercritical. It's being super negative. It's also saying, well, if it doesn't have facts, if it can't be 100% right, then it isn't valid. Nobody can be 100% right. Nothing is 100% all the time. So knowing that about this energy here, and this can also knock us off our path of, but this is who I am. Like, this is my prosperity. This is my success. This is who I am. Because we can have very negative self-thought coming forward where it's like, but it's not perfect. And it's like, we'll throw perfect out the window because it doesn't exist. It's just made up to hold us back. Yeah, and here we have the Fool, right? Oh no, we have the Nine of Pentacles. But I do see the Fool coming forward. It's like here, because the Nine of Pentacles reversed, and that's why Spirit inlaid the Fool over it. We have this fear of moving forward, right? We're afraid we're going to make a mistake. We're looking at the past, we're looking at the future, and it's just too overwhelming, right? Too much has happened. It's too overwhelming. How am I going to move forward and be the exact perfect person that I need to be? It's not going to happen, right? Here, it's look at your success, look at everything that you have done, everything that you have been through, everything that you have achieved, and pat yourself on the back and know that you are absolutely worth it. So just being aware that we can be in the past, we can be in the future, but showing up right here, right now, and claiming that magic that's right here, that's going to be difficult. The Hermit energy is Virgo energy, time frame of August 23rd to September 22nd. And with the Virgo energy here, it's like turn inward, right? So if we have Virgo in our chart, if we have Virgo in our life, that comes through very positively, very prosperously for us. All right. Here also, we can have somebody, because we have the earth sign energy reversed. We can have somebody, if they are a Virgo, right? They just need time to turn inward. And that time turning inward can mean that they're lashing out in different ways. So do be mindful about this. It's not necessarily bad. It's like they're figuring things out, but we still need to reach out to them. Within ourselves, it's like we need to quiet ourselves down and say, okay, what's really important? Because our life is filled with chatter and noise, chatter and noise. I know, like, it just is. Like, it's so hard to say, I'm just going to be in quiet and peace. And I know it. I wake up in the morning, right? The first thing you do is check your phone. The first thing you do is start filling your world with noise. And so here with the Hermit, it's looking inward and it's saying, okay, what is it that I want? And it's making really clear, defined goals and seeing ourselves as being able to achieve them. It's like, you know what? Nobody's any better than I am. I can do this. And it's going after it with single-minded ambition. So I say that with like not obsession, but it's like ambition that guides us forward. It's like, no, I know I can do this. And that ambition serves us well. Now, the Nine of Cups reverse, interesting that we have the number 9 reversed twice. So here we're having a bit of difficulty being human. And I know that sounds like the silliest thing to say, but with the nine reverse, it's like I need to allow myself to be human. We just want ourselves to be perfect. We just want to get it right all the time. There's an energy around us. We can also be judged by somebody where it's like, well, get it right, get it right. It's like, well, you try to do it, right? It's not as easy as it seems. So allowing ourselves to be human and being compassionate with ourselves for being human, that's going to be very important. But we're also going to have a wish that we crossed our fingers for that we don't get, or that doesn't happen or manifest itself instantaneously. That's going to make us feel really bad. And then it's like, well, I'm just going to give it up. It's like, no, you have to know that either it's delayed, it's not happening right now, that's okay, or it wasn't the path that Spirit wanted you to be on. So even though we can think, wow, huge blow, not good for me, it's actually going to wind up to be very good for you. It's going to wind up opening up different doors. With the Two of Pentacles, there's a lot that you're balancing, and you're going to be seeing this during this time. It's like, I need to give my attention here, and then I can give my attention there. I need to move forward this way, and then I can move forward that way. And that is going to be astoundingly, powerful for you here, Scorpio. So just being aware of this is going to be very important. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And we have these beautiful bird cards, which I absolutely love. They're the divine feathers, I think is what they're called. I don't know. They're linked in the description box below. But if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a sun in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. So good luck to everyone. And with that said, everything just fell on the floor. But we have now 3 messages from Spirit. We have the robin, we have the parrot, and we have the chickadee. The chickadee, okay, is my absolute favorite bird. So I love that came up. And here with the robin, it says, new growth and potential is on the horizon. Reach out and embrace it. So that's what Spirit is saying. It's like, just go after it. Things are going to not go according to plan. That's okay. Like, cards are going to fall on the floor. Things are going to get messed up. Things are going to be overwhelmed. We can either let that, take us out of our flow, out of our energy, or we can say, okay, see that, get that. But now I know divine wisdom is leading me forward. I know so much more is coming into my life and for me. It moves us to the parrot. It says, let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It is time to embrace who you are, who you really are, like truly, really, and absolutely. So that is exactly what the magician is saying here. We're having it reiterated now with Spirit. It's like, embrace who you are. Stop parroting it back, like what people have said, what people think, how people think things should be, and embrace who it is you are. And then we have the chickadee. It is time. The time is right to release old patterns and energies. You are ready to embrace change. And I love that. I love that for you, Scorpio. You're ready to embrace change. You're ready to move forward. Yes, are we a bit stuck in the past? Yeah, because we're being too harsh on ourselves. It's like when everything becomes perfect, or we have somebody in our lives who's being too harsh, who's being hypercritical. And then with them being hypercritical, we're now hypercritical on ourselves. So it's just not working out. So just be aware of this during this time, because it's like, I allow myself to be human. I allow myself to fail. Actually, we have 9 repeated 3 times here, so it's a divine number. I need to let myself be human. 9 in the major arcana, trumps the nines reverse. So here, it's like I let myself be human. I let myself quiet it down. I let myself connect with myself, and then the doors open, and then I see myself in a completely different way. Our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides is here. Yeah, psychic development. This is the third eye chakra. Now, with psychic development, here we have it reversed. So we have a blockage around our third eye chakra, and just be aware of this. Just be aware that we need to be like tapping our third eye can be highly beneficial to us. We need to be in tune with our psychic self, our sixth sense, our intuition. That is going to be so important. And yet it's going to be a bit of a challenge for us, Scorpio. And yet, Scorpio, we have that connection to the veiled world, right? We have that connection to the spirit world that is powerful, that is, uplifting, life-changing, and we need to connect with it. So there's going to be a sense of like there's something missing, and it's connecting with our empathic, emotional, intuitive self. So it moves us then to the energy we need to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. And here is the Prince of Pentacles reversed. Now, the Prince of Pentacles in this deck is the Knight of Pentacles. So it's having difficulty moving forward in prosperity and success. There can be lies around money that are going around. Either we can be telling ourselves lies about money, I'm not worthy of this, or others can be telling us lies, like holding back powerful truths that we need to know, like being a bit sneaky, being a bit, manipulative. That's going to be a very important thing to realize during this time. And also to know that there's also, again, there's this recklessness with money that's coming forward, money or what we value as much as money. And so just being aware of things like stepping back a minute and then deciding, that's going to be really important, because we're going to want to rush into things, or somebody is going to be like, oh no, you have to do it now. You have to do it now. You don't. Think a moment, take a breath, take a beat, and then do it. Then move forward. That's going to be an important thing. Again, with the lovers reverse is lust. We're going to lust after things during this time. This is going to be a week where it's like, oh, but I really want this and I really want that. If we embrace the hermit, if we make the hermit and the magician our cards, if we put them up and, say, this is what's important, the magician stepping into my power, stepping into myself, and then blocking off the noise from the rest of the world, that's going to serve us so well. And that's going to be one of the most powerful things that we can possibly do, because it's going to let us be able to juggle everything that's going on here. Everything that needs to be seen, that needs to be heard, that needs to be understood, because we are connecting with us. We are letting ourselves be human. We are letting ourselves feel, understand, and connect. And that's going to be important. There are going to be, again, if we have children, if we have grandchildren, if we have energy that is just really immature, it can be somebody who you look at them and you're like, you're not a child, stop acting like one. But they might always act like, a snotty 5-year-old. That can just be them. And it's unfortunate, but it is going to be important to say, you know what, putting you in the snotty 5-year-old category, and that's just it. So being aware of this is going to be an important thing. With the Page of Pentacles reversed as well, just be mindful about money, because we can be a little bit immature, okay, when it comes to what we want. And again, it's going to be that sense of but I deserve this. And it's like, yeah, no question onto that. But is it a responsible thing to do right now? So being aware of this as we stand before the altar of our existence, as we embrace our power, as we embrace what it is that we want. There are negative words coming our way. There are negative thoughts. We can have this idea from somebody who is very controlling, very vicious. Like, I see this as a guardian, a parent, somebody, a teacher, somebody who was a person of authority. It could be a grandparent who would just say nasty things because they could. And they might not even have realized that they were being so nasty, that they were being so hurtful, that they were being so destructive, but they were. And those words sunk in. So just be mindful during this time that when you see yourself starting to step forward, you're going to be getting that sense of like, who the heck do you think you are? You're always going to be a failure. You're never going to achieve. That's an absolute lie. And if part of those words stung and resonated with you, it's like, oh yeah, I felt that deep inside. It's like, okay, how do I untangle that? How do I set myself free from that energy? It can be through tapping, it can be through meditation, it can be through talking to someone. However we work on that, it can be doing something physical that we see ourselves transforming and embracing our strength. And it's like, well, if I can transform and embrace my strength physically, I can also do that mentally. And it brings us then to the Nine of Pentacles. Don't look towards the past. Don't look towards the future. Look at the right now and say, this is what I'm building. Give yourself a distinct goal for this month. Not, well, this month, yes, but for this week. This is what I want to achieve. This is how I'm moving forward. This is what I'm going after. That's it. And be single-minded, be absolutely, laser focused on it, a bit obsessive even, because it is going to be so easy to be pulled towards the past, to be pulled into the future. It's like it's like a kite, right? Being pulled by the wind. We want to be the person anchoring that kite. So that's going to be just really important here. Again, turning into ourselves, seeing ourselves, embracing our energy, embracing our understanding, letting ourselves be quiet. We don't need to go to every party during this time. We don't need to be a part of absolutely everything. We will have, the fear of missing out come forward. It's like, oh, I could be missing something great. But listen to your body, because your nervous system right now can get a bit overwhelmed a little bit quickly. And so just calming it down and centering it is going to be so important. You won't get what you wish for instantaneously. There are going to be certain things, and it can be a disappointment, like, oh wow, I didn't get that, I didn't win that, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. That's okay. Like, that's okay. Water off a duck's back. Don't let it stop you, because this is going to be a time where we can be derailed, because it'll bring us back to that sense of, oh, I can't do this. And it's like, no, you can. So just be aware of that. You are going to be juggling a lot. So letting yourself know that, doing things step by step, one at a time, carving out certain time periods for everything, that can be highly beneficial. We can also find that we are juggling a lot of differing emotions. So be aware of that, or people can be jealous, especially if we're handling multiple projects, multiple things with grace and ease. We're going to have a jealousy come forward, and, people can kind of want to snipe at us. So just be aware of that. Don't let others' opinions, others' words, because again, they can hit at our weak part, make us doubt ourselves, make us feel like, oh, I'm not good enough. Don't do that. Don't let that happen. And that's really easy to say, like water off a duck's back. It's really hard to do, because it's going to feed into our own insecurities, which is going to make us drop what we're trying to juggle, what we're trying to do. So just being aware of this and, really focusing on our own world, seeming a bit selfish, seeming a bit, people are going to be like, oh, a bit egotistical or whatever. It's like, no, I'm focused. I'm focused, and you can be silly over there doing silly things. That's fine. I'm focused. I'm moving forward. Our subconscious spirit message, oh, is the hawk. I love that. Do I know what it says? No, I don't. Okay. So it says, pay attention, which is what spirit just said. I love it when the messages completely, correlate. So pay attention, be laser focused. A powerful message is being communicated to you now. So just knowing that even spirit is like on your side, wanting you to win, wanting you to achieve, that is big news. It moves us then to our chakra energy. This is the Earth Star chakra reverse. We need to ground ourselves. And that is exactly what Spirit told us with the Nine of Pentacles, that we can be in the past, we can be in the future, right? We're like that kite flying in the sky. We need to ground ourselves. We need to stabilize ourselves. We need to root ourselves. That is going to be important. Connecting with Mother Earth, eating natural foods, grounding ourselves, paying attention to ourselves. That is going to be a powerful thing. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. The King of Cups, we're represented by the cups in the minor arcana. Okay, so we can get in our own way. Just be mindful about this. And this whole reading has told us that we can get in our own way. We can get too much in our own head. We can give power to somebody else. It's like, no, take your power and be the example that you want. Like, lead the way that you wish other people would lead. That is going to be a bit of a challenge, right? Because our emotions are going to be very intense during this time, and we're going to feel like, oh, maybe I can just like stop, or, Spirit's saying cup out, like not show up. And Spirit's like, no, you need to show up now more than ever. So just be aware of this. Our subconscious tarot message is the world. And I love that for you. The world is opening up. We are opening to the world. We are opening to our power. We are starting to see ourselves. And we're saying there's so much more out there than I ever realized. And it's in spirit, it's almost asking us, like, why did you clip your wings, Scorpio? Why did you clip your wings? So here, it's like I'm taking back my power and I'm taking back my purpose. And that is a hugely beautiful thing. Okay. All right, Scorpio, it was an absolute pleasure delivering this message to you. I'm sending you light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing is accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.